Hey, you guys, it's me, Kianna, coming at you today. And I'm coming at you with a video. I wanted to sit and talk to you guys about what's been going on with me. And yeah, just give you some fill you in basically on some things that's been going on um, in my journey. And as you know, I am almost now 10 months post-op now. I'm about a week and a half shy of that, and I don't know when you're actually receiving this video. But I am almost 10 months post-op, and we're getting closer to a year. And it sounds like such a long time, but at the same time, it doesn't because I have to remind myself that I've been fat all my life. And being that I've been fat all of my life and I'm almost 40 years old, you know, it's kind of like I'm so happy with where I'm at even right now. Now, I've explained to you guys that I don't have per se a set goal weight, and I know that that has kind of like left a bad taste in some of you mouth. I don't know why, because it's regarding my own personal weight loss, but sometimes people don't understand why I don't have a set weight loss goal. It's not because I am afraid of not reaching it, or I don't want to put this heavy burden on myself. It's not so much as that. It's just that I've always been fat. I've always been obese, and even when I was just fat or just heavy, and then I turned into being obese, and then that turned into being morbidly obese at almost 500 pounds just 9 months ago. And because I've always been that, um, I, I, I don't know how it feels to be at certain weights. I don't know how it feels to be an adult to be 175 pounds. I don't know. That's so foreign to me. So that's just as foreign as maybe one of you guys being the weight that I was, which was almost 500 pounds. That's foreign to you. Well, it's foreign to me to know how my body, how I feel at certain weights. So I'm kind of like basically letting my body do what it do. I know that with change, results have no choice but to follow and submit. Um, and meaning that I have changed not only my body, but I'm also still working on changing my mindset. I'm trying to continue to make the best choices I can. And when I don't make the best choices, and when I have to rely on my sleeve stopping me from being able to overeat, whether that's a good choice or a bad choice of food, my sleeve stops me from overeating. That's one of the great things and benefits of having it. And that's the tool that I chose to have because I was not able to long term be able to stop myself. And with having the sleeve, it ensures that I don't have to. Now, the part that I have to do is to make better choices and to make great choices, to make sure that I am worrying about less about taste and less about flavor per se, and more about what is good for my body and what is beneficial for my body to be at optimal health. Now, I'm not saying, because I'm not one of those big people that swear to God they barely eat, or I'm not saying that I eat only the right things and then still 6, 7 months later, 9 months later, a year later, I'm still at the same weight. Something is somewhere or something is lying. It's just obvious. If you're eating only the right things, then it's no way that real results won't follow. My problem was I needed the tool because I could lose weight, but the question is, can I keep it off? Was I going to be long term successful? Because, see, the reality is it's not healthy for us to go up and down and up and down and up and down. That's not healthy. Not only is it not healthy, but it's not healthy for our heart, and it's also discouraging for our mind as well. Um, every time we consider that a failure, it kind of like puts like chips away at you. It chips away at your self-esteem. It chips away at your hope. It chips away at believing in yourself, little by little by little. Um, so, because I don't know how I'll feel at certain weights, I'm just basically letting my body do what it do, and then I in turn do what I need to do, the best choices for me, and just continue to do that because again, with real change, results have to follow. They have to follow. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about not only that, and why I don't have a set goal weight, but I also wanted to talk to you guys about how um, it's crazy because you're losing so rapidly, and even when you're not, you're losing rapidly. So it just this applies to whether you've had weight loss surgery or whether you've done it the natural way, and been successful long term, and results are showing in your journey. Um, your mind kind of still is the same person that it was. It's crazy, and that's why I wanted to do this video, because it really is going to give you insight into somebody's world that was almost 500 pounds. When you're almost 500 pounds, you think about everything. You have to pre-think about, if you're going to a cookout, will they have chairs that will not embarrass you and you fall in the middle of the floor in front of everybody at the cookout. These are things that are rolling through your head as you are driving to an event, or to a party, or to a cookout, or to a get together. These are things that's in your mind. You're playing out in your head, oh Lord, I hope it's not crowded, and at that we're getting together at Applebee's, and I hope Applebee's is not crowded and they only have booths available, because you don't want to be the only one asking for a booth amongst all of your friends or all of your colleagues. you know you don't want to alter everybody else, because fat Kianna, who's almost 500 pounds, is coming to the party. So everybody has to make sure that we don't get a booth. We have to make sure we get a table, because a booth is gonna she's not gonna be able to fit in, because her stomach's gonna be pushed up, and it's gonna be so embarrassing for her. So we all have to make arrangements, because we all have to be considerate about Kianna, because after all, she's almost 500 pounds. These are things that walk and run through your head, whether they're valid or invalid. These are things that, at a 500-pound body mass, these are things that always run through your head. Where everybody else is worrying about and thinking about, oh, it's going to be so fun, and we're going to enjoy ourselves, and I can't wait to get there, and I can't wait to see so and so. Well, a person that is morbidly obese, they push that aside, and they're more worried about, will they be able to fit in a chair? Or how far of a walk is it from the parking to the actual event or the cookout? Will you have to walk all the way across a field just to get to the cookout from where you can park at? These are things that's in our head, and the thing is that as you're losing weight, these things still will be in your head for a second. I find myself, like, the other day I got into a family member's minivan. And I remember when they pulled up, I had fear in my heart for a second. You may wonder, what did you have fear about? Well, I was fearful because for a second I was like, oh man, she brought a minivan. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get up in the back seat. Yeah. For a split second, I always have to catch myself. I always have to catch myself. That's because your mind, it takes longer for your mind to catch up. Whether you're losing weight from gastric sleeve like I'm losing, whether you're losing weight because you're working out, you're eating all the right things, you're counting your carbs, you're counting your fat ratio to your caloric ratio, you're using Fitness Pal. All of these things, you're still going to have that mind, and that mind has to change. Just like we had to make a conscious decision to decide that this will be it. This is it. I'm no longer going to continue my life like this. When I stepped foot off of that cruise ship, when I went to Bermuda, just what was it, 11 months ago, you guys, when I stepped foot off of that ship, and I told you guys this if you go back on my videos, because I mean it from the bottom of my heart. See, I'm inspired. I'm inspired by things like traveling and stuff. I never thought that I would be that type of person, but that is what inspires me. Every time I go somewhere, when I went to Mexico and had the surgery, I came back and I had more insight and a greater and it was just something bursts inside of me when I travel. I never had that desire before, you guys, but I travel so often because that is something that awakens me inside. It's a part that I never thought was there, And I always come away from it enriched in some way, shape, or form. And when I went to Bahamas in February, I pulled away, and I was, I think, about 2 months post op from having the gastric sleeve in Mexico, 2 months prior. And I came away from the trip that when we went to Bahamas, I came away from that with greater insight and greater inspiration. It does something to me. Now, you may find your inspiration in a different way, but that is something that I have found that inspires me, that drives me, and I'm able to, it kind of like it awakens a part of me that was asleep inside, and it awakens that part of me. I can't really explain it, you guys, but it's new, and it's something that is new for me, and I'm really enjoying it, and that's why I travel so often. But your mind does not catch up. It takes longer, I should say, to catch up. And I still have to. I can give you another analogy. I have to still check myself when I make my plate. Do you know it's sometimes that I'll make, and I say, Daddy, why you didn't tell me? Or I say, Nene, why you didn't remind me? You know, it's sometimes I'll make a plate, and it will be a regular amount as far as for normal people with 100% of their stomach. But for me, and me being able to eat only very little portions, I'll make a plate and it's a normal amount for you guys, but it's way too much for me. And I'll start eating it and forget all about, you're not going to be able to eat that. I'll forget all about it. And then as I'm eating it and I'm getting full and I'm getting stuffed, I'm like, why did I put all this on my plate? I have to remind myself. You forget so many things, you guys. It's so crazy. It's so crazy because you still have that fat mind. You still have that 500-pound mind. And just like we tapped into it to really seek change in our lives, to really say, this is the day that I'm going to make real change. This is the day where this is going to no longer be. This is the day that I'm going to take, just like it's risky to walk around at almost 500 pounds, I'm going to take that risk and have a surgery that's going to assist me for the rest of my life as a tool so that I do not be morbidly obese forever, so that I don't have to head to an early grave just because of things I put in my mouth and not being able to stop. You have to tap into that mind and remind yourself every single day, even with the littlest things, you guys. The littlest things. Little things. I mean, I can't even really get into all the things, but it's little things, you guys, that I have to remind myself, Kianna, you can do that. You can do that. I have to push myself to walk further. Not because I can't, because my mind tells me I can't do it. Because my mind says, you can't walk that far. And some days I let my mind win because I'm human. But I have to keep reminding myself, yes, you can, because you're no longer that 500-pound person. Granted, yes, you're still a plus size woman. But if I don't lose another pound, you guys, and this is the honest God truth, and some of you guys may not be able to relate, after all, you're you and I'm me. That's all we can do. Okay? But I swear to you that if I don't lose another pound, I'm still going to be happy with my weight loss. Why? Because I'm at the weight where I can actually function like a real normal human being. I'm at the weight where I can actually walk and don't have to worry about my back cramping up and my sides cramping up and my legs feeling like they're going to give out. I can walk. To God be the glory. I can get up in a car or get up in a van or get up in a truck. I can take several steps. I don't have to worry about waiting on the elevator if I don't want to. I'm at that weight where I can do those things. Now, sure, I'm not saying I don't want to lose more, and of course I am going to lose more. Why? Because with change, what? Results have to follow. And I have changed into a new Kianna from the old Kianna. That is for sure. I don't have perfection. I don't ask of myself that of which that God doesn't ask for me. And since he doesn't ask for perfection in me, he just asks for progression. I give him that. I give myself that. I give my family that every single day. Some days I do better than others. But the next day, you better believe it, Kiana going to be right back at it. And the next day after that. And the next day after that. You have to change your mindset, and you have to remind yourself you are no longer that person that was heading to a sure death. Sure, you want to do better, and sure, you're going to continue to lose. But if I don't lose not another pound, I am still highly favored and still blessed, because I look at myself as not what I can be all the time, but or not what I should have or should do. I also look at where I came from, because see, in order to value my future, to value what I know is in store, to value my journey in the future, in order to know that and to value that, I have to know where I was. See, a lot of you guys, you've watched my videos and you've been a part of this journey, and you've been a part of the Big Cuts with Chi family for so long. You guys appreciate where I'm at today because you've seen where I was yesterday. And that's why I enjoy having so many different videos. I have over 2,000 videos, but you are able to see my journey. I don't have to talk about it. I can show you my journey. You can see it in living color on my channel. You can see the good, the bad, and the ugly. You can see when I've had issues in my marriage. When we were first married, we were only married for about a little less than a year when I first started YouTube. You can see where we were then, and you can see where we are now. You can see where I've had to grow in certain areas, and you can see where I'm at now. See where other people they like to, some people like to remember those things and throw them right up in your face. But I don't get too mad about it. Why? Because it's like you're speaking my testimony for me. You are showing everybody how good God actually is. You are showing how much progression I've actually made. So where some people will say, "Oh well, oh they shouldn't throw up when you said this and about your husband and stuff like that." You know what? You're showing me how much I've grown by mentioning it. Yeah. You're showing just how God can deliver you, just as he did me, right before your eyes. You're speaking my testimony for me. That's how I look at it. Now, sure, I don't welcome it. It's not like I want people walking around, throwing daggers at me or slurs and stuff. But to a smart person, they understand that, hey, yeah, she still got those videos up because she wants you to see her testimony. She wants you to see where she came from. She wants you to see how she's grown closer and deeper to Christ. She wants you to see how much even more in love she is with her husband. Yeah, yeah. So I embrace that. I embrace that. But I did this video because I want you to understand and just to take a sneak peek into the mind of a person that was formerly almost 500 pounds. And sure, she still is on the road to losing weight because she still has more to lose. It can only get better. With change, results have to follow. They have to follow. So, but I just wanted to give you guys an inside peek on how we really have to, how much, first of all, our mind controls so much. It can either work for us or against us. But we have to tap into our mindset to actually do real change, mind, body, and soul. But we have the power to do that. Weight loss surgery, going to the gym sometimes, counting your calories, fitness pal, those things will not do it for you. It will be a tool you use, but they won't change your mindset for you. That is going to be your journey. That is going to be where you're going to have to really pull up your bootstraps. That is where you're going to have to really do real change. Real change. And every day I have to remind myself, even 9 months, almost 10 months post-op, I have to remind myself every single day. And I don't allow my mind to overrule and to work against me. So I hope that this has given you just a little bit more insight into my life. And I thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you check out all the money saving links below and also my store. I don't know when I'm airing this, but all my jewelry, as with all of my videos, come from my store. It has the little sunglasses. I don't know if you guys can see it. So I just wanted to show you guys, and I'm pretty sure we've added new stuff to the store, so go check it out. And I thank you all for tuning in and enduring this 20-minute video. Didn't mean for it to be this long, but I think it needed to be said. And thank you for allowing me to share that of which I do. Be blessed.